Everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David Williamson. It's Friday. Still have swollen polyps. This is just going to be the way it is until I get into the spring, and hopefully eventually I can see a rhinologist and get into this. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the direction of the energy progressing toward that new moon in Capricorn, which I spoke a little bit about in my previous reading. One of the things we all have to understand is not everything is as it appears. You know, first of all, I do not condone anything that went on in America. I think that, first of all, violence does not answer anything, but it's gone on since time immemorial. And those that know history and are organic and real regarding history and honest know that this is not uncommon. I mean, problems have existed within the human animal, within societies for thousands of years. Look at the riots that took place in the 1960s. The sad assassination of President John Kennedy, his brother years later. The list goes on and on and on. Abraham Lincoln, we could just keep going. The thing that's really worrying me is this whole scenario is far from over. And one of the things that when I was doing my own meditation, I saw is a very tragic event ahead. I'm hoping that the security is beefed up for President Biden because I am worried. I have to be really honest. I have a feeling that there's going to be further conflict in America that will sort of blow the roof off anything that we've seen so far. I think what we've seen so far, sadly, is an appetizer to what is coming. And I think that you have to understand that there's two elements going on here. There is what we perceive as the modern world, but the modern world is really moving into and has started the age of Aquarius. So you're going to have the Saturnian age, the Piscean age, and Saturn and Jupiter all part of the story that's going on here. You're going to see events concur, and I'm talking more psychically than solely astrologically, because I am first and foremost a psychic. You're going to see events explode beyond anything that we've witnessed before. And this is the old world trying to hold on to what will have to come to be in the new world. The new world with the age of Aquarius takes no prisoners, and Aquarius, can be a very cool, detached energy. Uranus can be not as compassionate as people perceive. It can actually be, you don't pull your own weight, you're in trouble. You feel yourself as entitled, you will be called out, as we've seen in Canada with a lot of the resignations and the actual individuals losing their career because of entitled deliberate decision during the shutdown and the caution that was presented by our leaders in regards to COVID-19. Now in America, we're only hearing half the story. We have to, again, this is not protecting anybody. Media tends to favor, and there's so much plagiarism, there is so much right-wing, left-wing pull that has gone on since time immemorial. This went on in the 15, 16, 17, 1800s in Britain, in Europe, everywhere. I mean, this is not new. So when people say, is this terrible, this is just never seen before, well, I'm sorry. That is absolutely an untruth. It has gone on since time immemorial. You had the Spanish going to the south of England when Elizabeth I was in reign to destroy England way before the Germans were. So the French, and I mean, come on, it just goes on and on and on. So I just want people to do a little bit more research than take the fact that they're staring into a phone, bumping into other people, and believing, all that CNN, Fox News, and the Canadian newscasters are actually reiterating. There's more to this story. I'm not standing up for either. I'm actually trying to stay as benign as possible. People become very offensive when you make commentary because when people get caught up in politics, it's a very dangerous game. But all that we're seeing is not above board, and human beings will see that in the next year or so. But again, truth will prevail because we are in the age of Aquarius. There will be a demand. I just want people to understand that as we get closer and closer and closer to that new moon in Capricorn, it will oppose Cancer, and that is where the structure of Canada and America is. So there will be further consequences across the board. there's also going to be information that will leak out that has not yet been discussed because the powers that be don't want us to know everything. They want us to know what they want us to know right now. In Canada here, we will hear hidden recorded evidence of somebody discussing something that is in a position of authority that will actually probably completely color the rest of their career. That was through a meditation that came to me. We will see. I predicted that this would happen with a lot of the politicians losing their jobs here. I knew that Trump supporters would do what they've done. This is not over. So just hold the seat of your pants. And since everybody's in lockdown, and God bless the people in Quebec that are on curfew, and in Britain, which we may actually see in Ontario as well, it's quite a bumpy ride, so make sure you've got a very good seatbelt. It is far from over. And then, of course, we move into the Aquarian energy post the 19th of January and the full moon in Leo, which is going to set off its own nonsense. And as in the 2 weeks into February, we will have the new moon in Aquarius. And that will be, of course, Chinese New Year. And we'll get into that a little later. I'll leave that. So anyway, you have a couple days to really be able to cash in on the $80 full hour. As of Monday morning, it is going to be $113, including HST for the full hour. And the shorter reading of 40 minutes, which I am going to honor again, it is 40 minutes timed, is going to be the $70 plus the HST, which works out almost to $80. So it'll be like $9.15, I think, is the HST. That will be structured on my website. The Americans obviously do not pay taxes on that. So if you're American, you do not. I will still, as soon as we are able to in the future, and things open up again like they did at the end of June, I will start seeing people again. But right now it's all phone readings. And most people have been very happy with their phone consultations. So I'm actually quite impressed myself. Not that I'm patting my own ego, but I haven't done as many phone consultations, and I'm really liking it. I really do. I love seeing people, but I'm liking it. So anyway, and the other thing is, remember, when we insult each other, it doesn't aid anybody or anything. We are in the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is about one of us, all of us, being part of the collective. And it is not about I'm better than you. It is not about I have more money than you. Frankly, most people very soon are not going to give a cat's ass. It is going to have to do with the participation. We have people in society like the late George Michael who gave and gave and gave, as did David Bowie. And we have people like Dolly Parton who is still giving. These are the individuals that over the long term will be recognized as the age of Aquarius and the gifts that they have given for all of humanity. This is the goal. You are a participant within the collective. I have said this again, and I will say it again and again and again. I wish you the best. You heard it here first.